So I'm getting tired of demo. We're going to get down to the fun stuff now. That's the original flywheel off of the 4.3 liter V6, and the coupling that went to the outdrive bolted on there, and you can see the spline shaft going to the outdrive. Also learned that these spline shafts are pretty much all the same across manufacturers, so that helps. This is the Hyper 9 motor adapter from Canadian EV, their number 5022, and that also matches up with the 3-inch bolt pattern on the flywheel. So the intent is to put that on one side and put the original outdrive adapter on the other side and through bolt it. The next step is to figure out how to do that. The pilot, which is that reduced end there on the Canadian EV, is a perfect fit. Whoops, wrong end. Is the pilot, which is this raised part, is a perfect fit here. They did not use a piloted fitting on the original adapter. So what we're going to do at the recommendation of Canadian EV and others is to cut this cast iron flywheel to and just do away with the majority of it. And to do that and try to get it reasonably accurate, I made a template, and I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to spray paint the edge. That doesn't look like it's centered, but it is, and start cutting. Cutting cast iron is no fun. I don't have a plasma cutter, so I've got two options here. I have got a carbide sawzall blade. My initial test is that's not looking so good. And then we've got a grit blade, and that does seem to cut better. So we're going to take a whack at it, and we'll take it to a shop if we have to. I'm working on cutting the middle out of the flywheel, and I tried all my toys, grinders, cutters, drills, everything I could find, and grinder with a cutoff blade worked really well, but was going to take too long, so I decided to cut a bunch of holes with just a cobalt bit, and I got a fairly round circle by setting up this jig on the drill press. So now just got to connect all the holes. So the next step is to grind this into a nice round object. And the way I'm going to try and do this is, this is the Canadian EV coupling for the Hyper 9. And it has a 1 1/8 ID. It's a little bit light of that according to my caliper. So it's going to be a nice snug fit. Found out that type L 1-inch copper is almost perfect. So rather than go out and buy a piece of 8-inch 1 1/8 stock, I just sanded that down a little bit, and I'm going to stick it in there, and that will be my center point for trying to grind the edge off. We'll go from there. The coupling from the old motor has got this pilot on it that we don't have room for, and was not a snug fit anyway, so we're going to cut that off. The flywheel adapter has got 7/16 fine thread tapped holes in it, so I had to run out and get some bolts for that. I got grade 5 just because that's what they had. So my intent now is to rotate this by hand and try to grind it flat. For the moment, I'm going to be holding the grinder steady by hand until I get it roughly where it needs to be, And I'll probably lock the grinder in too. This is something I've been thinking about a lot on how this was going to go and how we're going to couple the outdrive to the motor, and I think it worked out pretty well. That is the center out of the V6 50-pound flywheel. We drilled a million little holes here and cut the center out, and then used a grinding wheel to smooth that, beveled the edges, cleaned it up. So that goes to there, that goes to there, and we are coupled.